Yo, what up, fools? It's your boy Cyphex, and after this weekend, man, I've been dethroned. I ain't the king no more, man. And I for damn sure ain't no god. And I'm gonna let you all know what went down on the fucking doomsdays. Like, I don't even know how to describe this past, 72 hours, 48 hours, 67 hours. I don't know how many hours it's been, but let's just say it was an adventure. So, I'll start with Friday afternoon. Masters, Tiger's in contention. He's gaming. Back nine comes around, misses a few putts. Standard, 2013, 2012 Tiger. But he is doing work. Glimpse of brilliance. 15 comes around. He lays up, which I've never seen him do in the 15th hole. He hits a dart right at the pin. And something told me that something was going to go wrong while the ball was in the air. I shit you not. Ball comes down. It hits about a foot high onto the flagstick, and because of all the spin on the ball, it directly spins right into the water at an angle different from which it entered. Okay, my mind was it was just a standard mind blown, like no more, no less. Like I saw something dumb happening, and it happened, and I was just like, really, like this is how he's gonna lose right here. So he walks down and checks his drop zone, and um, I'm watching. My mom's watching too, because I've said before that she works at home, and I have no class on Friday. And he checks his drop zone, and he's like, "Nah, fuck that. I don't like this angle." So he goes back to where his divot is, and he's playing kind of fast, and you can tell in his face that he is so mad. Like his rage levels were on a scale of its own. Does that make sense? Like from 1 to 10, he's floating around like 17 easily, okay? And he quickly drops another ball a solid 4.5 feet behind the divot marker. And I thought, because I've played my fair share of golf, I'm like, I'm not sure if this is right. Like, I know that you can do it within 2 yards or two club lengths of the ball, but that's a red letter hazard, and I'm pretty sure this was yellow. Don't quote me on that, but so that ruled that out. And then, so he just drops the ball, and he hits another dart with the exact same shot, and he hits it to like 3 feet. And the funny thing is, on both shots, the sun was in his face, and when he follows through, he couldn't even see the ball. So I mean, think about it. If you're messing around on a golf course and you hit a perfect shot and it results in the water, you're going to be so flustered. And to hit the same perfect shot from 4 feet back with the sun in your face, I mean, that takes the amount of will it took for him to do that twice, or for a second time, I should say. I mean, that was just incredible. That's probably the best thing to take from the entire weekend. And the funny thing is, did I just say the funny thing is twice? I hope not. None of the commentators even came close to mentioning that this was an illegal drop, right? Keep that in mind. So he comes down, he makes the putt, and on 16, bunker, chips out, clutches par. 17 hits like a crazy shot over the trees, torques his body like a madman, like he loves to do, makes par. And then 18 hits a perfect shot, but he had the wrong club, and hits the ball over the pin, and you could see him. They had the camera zoomed in nice on him, and they had audio up. And the caddy's like, "It went over," and he's like, "It went fucking over?" Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Like this, his reactions are so good. And of course, they cut away quickly, and then he botches his first putt and three putts and gets bogey. He loves bogeying the 18th hole, so he finishes 3 under, three back maybe four back. No, I think three back. And so that was the round. That finished around maybe 4 p.m. Pacific time, 2:30 p.m. somewhere around there. Okay. So then I end up I think I ended up playing a little bit of Naruto or like watch some TV or something. I can't remember, to be honest, but I ended up having to go to a play for one of my film classes, theater and principles of dramatic analysis in theater and film. Okay, and um, we left at around 5:30, and we went to a restaurant, or we went to Chili's, and I got a milkshake, and it was one of those moods where I couldn't tell if I was hungry or not. So I ended up getting the cookie like skillet, which is incredible, but I couldn't finish it. So in a span of like 12 hours on Friday, all I had was a bowl of cereal, a cookie skillet, which is like a baked chocolate chip cookie, ice cream and chocolate syrup on it, and a milkshake. That's not a good meal, or that's not a good setup at all. Diet, that's just terrible. So we leave Chili's, we go to the play. This play is about a deaf, retarded man in the early 1900s, and it's how he not necessarily grew up, but it was from his point of view, pretty much. So there were just so many moments where everyone was just like, "What are we doing watching this?" Like, it wasn't that it was bad, and it wasn't that it was confusing. It was just so, oh, like I honestly wanted to scream out, "What the fuck is the point of this?" Like, and the only good thing that kept me interested was the fact that one of the girls who played one of the normal people, well, I guess everyone was normal except for him. No offense. Um, I've kind of been stalking, not really stalking her, but like she was in one of my classes freshman year, and wow, she is fine. Those damn brown skins, man. And then there was a black chick that was really hot as well. And I think she's in one of my classes this semester, but I don't even know. Like, who knows how I pull that off. So, I was just looking at them the whole time. And that kept me interested. And then it came to a point where he was, I don't know if he was dreaming, but I think we went into the mind of an ex-Jaws, and there was six there were six actors and actresses. Four girls and two guys. Actually, it might have been seven. And they were all dressed up in cardboard, like, cutout outfits. And they had, like, helmets on. And they all gave these, like, speeches or monologues that basically had no point at all. And the first one lasted, like, a solid 12 minutes. It was one of the most confusing and, like, pointless things I've ever heard in my life. And they had somebody doing ASL at the bottom because a lot of deaf people were there, and then they had a transcript at the top, and I tried reading it, and it didn't make any sense. And then they had another girl up there talking about the exercise routine that he would do, and the exercises he would do before he would sleep, and it was just, oh my god. It was a painful hour and 45 minutes, let's just put it that way. And by the time that was over, I mean, my dad had fallen asleep for like a good 40 minutes. And my mom looked at each other a few times. We were in stun. Not to quote myself, but, some things need to be said more than once over the course of a few YouTube years, And, so we get out of there. And, of course, I immediately, pull out the play guide and look up the black chick's name and look up on Facebook, and of course she only has one picture public. Look, what is this? That's the point of Facebook, to stalk girls. Come on. Like, get your head in the game, girl. And I get home, and I put it on NBA TV, right? It's like, what is it? Let's see, it started at 7:30. It's like 9:45, 10 o'clock. Let's go around there. I put it on NBA TV. There's like a minute and 14 seconds left. Lakers versus... Who did they play the other night? watching this. Oh, I almost had it. Was it Memphis? No, no, no. Golden State. They played Golden State, and I think yeah, Klay Thompson hits like a huge three, and I notice Kobe's not on the floor. Like, what's going on here? Why is Kobe not on the floor? Like, what? Did he get teched up or teed up and like ejected? Like, I'm confused. And then I think Paul Gasol and Steve Blake end up getting some big buckets, and they pull out the win. And um, and then they show that Steph Curry had 47, and he almost hit the game tying like 75-foot runner. That would have been insane. And then after the game, they show how Kobe went out, and he like injured his knee, I think, and then he injured his foot, and the third one was his Achilles. And I thought it was maybe he just hurt his foot or his Achilles. He'd be questionable for the next game. And then you watch that post-game interview, and that was hard to watch, to be honest. Like, I mean, he's 34. And I don't know if he ruptured it or tore it, but he needed to have surgery. He's done for 6 to 9 months. I mean, this could be career-ending. And, of course, Stephen A. Smith said that the only way Kobe doesn't play again is if Jerry Buss or Jim Buss, Jerry Buss, says, I don't want you to be a Laker after this season. And he'll probably will retire. There's no way he'd go to another team. But just for him to go out like this, with this season unfolding the way it is, and how much drama has happened, and how much he's carried them. I mean, the previous 2 games before this, I think when they were playing the Hornets, I caught like the last 14 minutes, and that's all I needed to see, because he had 4 points when I tuned in, and he hit a 3. Finished the third quarter with 7. Alright, game's close. Next thing you know, Kobe finishes the game with 30 points in the fourth. All basically coming in the fourth quarter. Okay, and I was like, yep, there's Kobe Bryant, 34 years old, just absolutely carrying these old Lakers. And then the Blazers welcomed them back-to-back. And Kobe drops 47, has 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks, and 3 assists. Like, are you kidding me? This guy has averaged the second most minutes in the league this year. He's 34 years old. He's been in the league for 17 years. The Lakers have been so beat up, and they're literally on his back, and he drops those stats? Like, this guy is a freak of nature. I mean, these are LeBron James numbers from the last playoffs, excluding the championship finals, when he tore apart the Pacers in the last 2 games, or was the last 3 games? Yeah, last 3 games, and when he destroyed the Celtics in Game 6, and he had aimbot. I mean, that's what Kobe did to the Blazers. Damian Lillard had 38 too, but when you have 47, 8, 5, 4, and 3, like you're doing everything. And for him to go out like this with the torn Achilles, and then so I'm watching Sports Center. Actually, no, that was later. So then I end up hopping on the good old box at around 11, I think. And a few noobs named Cobra, Snake, or Ryan are on, and we decided to game some League on our League team that was platinum placed. And I'm not going to lie to you all, this was, without question, the worst performance by, like, capable people on any Xbox game ever in the history of Xbox Live. I think we played, like, 9 League games, and we won 2. And one of them was because the other team quit. And just the teamwork and I don't know if people weren't hearing call-outs or just ignoring each other on purpose or an accident, and the decision-making. I mean, if you had to grade it from an A to an F, it would be around like an O or a P. Like, it was just so bad. And it was me, it was Cobra, it was Ryan. Of course, Snake's gonna be like, "Oh, don't blame it on me. I was doing work. I was carrying." No, trust me. We watched the films. All of us had our moments that were beyond questionable. And he did go like maybe like 12-5 in the search game we won Express. We won 6-4. And I mean, but the problem with me playing search is I like to run an aggressive route in the beginning, and I'll get taken out. I might take one. I'll usually take one with me or two with me, but I'm usually spectating in search. And you know, I just need to figure out a way to stay alive, like longer. And let's just say Cobra and Ryan did not have the most fantastic performances when bombs were planted. Um, I mean, I had an atrocious moment where I got turned on, scuffed. I cap 40 this kid in the back, and good old Call of Duty hip fire. My shots were a little bit low, but I mean, from 4 feet away, if I can't hit 3 bullets out of a 15 round clip hip firing, let's just say the left trigger will be pressed in from now on when I'm that far away. And that would have been a 1v4 if I killed that kid, and then I needed two more. And so that wasn't that bad, but Cobra with the millimeter scanner got absolutely abused by this kid while he was defusing the bomb. Like, I don't even want to describe exactly what happened, but it was terrible. And our play that night was just pathetic. Like, I had been playing Naruto a lot, and he's been playing Magic a lot, and Ryan has just been no-lifing Skyrim, and Snake's like the only one who actually plays multiplayer consistently, for that week at least. And because I got all of my primaries diamond, and I have them all with maximum level, so my drive has like been killed. I'll talk about that later. So after playing like the worst session of our lives, Ryan and Cobra get off, and me and Snake watch the films, and it was kind of funny to see how bad it was. Like, it was less than embarrassing. I don't know what word that would be. Would it be humiliating? Like, I mean, I'd rather be like I Fly Line and get caught doing that than have those games be on YouTube. Like, so bad, so bad. So we end up playing some more League with on our solo ranks, and League, man. I mean, you could have all masters on your team versus all masters, and you could have a bronze and an iron going up against, three golds and a masters. Like, it's so inconsistent and broken, and it could be fixed so easily. I don't understand what the problem is with Treyarch when it comes to not matching irons and bronzes and silvers with masters. How hard is that? So, one game that stood out in particular was an aftermath search game we were playing, and one of our teammates had YouTube me in his clan tag, and his name was Hired Assassin. I think he spelled it ASSAISN. So Hired Ass Asian, like something horrible, with a 6 in there too. And this kid starts out on fire. Like, he's just running up the middle with a no camo M8, and I don't even think he had stock. And we're up 3-0 like immediately, or we're up 2-0 immediately. And then, like, me and Snake are both, I think I'm 1-2 and he's 0-2. And he gets a 1v2 in that dark hallway in Aftermath by B-Bomb, by the bus. And he sees the trophy system by the bus, and he doesn't shoot it. And he gets the 1v2, and there's like a good 22 seconds left. And he walks up to the bomb. He calls in his Hellstorm. This is the third round. He already has a Hellstorm. There's nobody alive. He calls it in anyways. Okay, and then he zooms in on the ambulance and blows it up. Gets the plus 50 for destroying the trophy system. Gets his lightning strike. And then he goes up to the bomb and he checks the ambulance again where the trophy system was, making sure there's nobody there. And he just barely defuses the bomb with like 2 seconds to spare. And, like, it was so hard to spectate that. And so this kid has a lightning strike 3 rounds in. He's like 7 or 8-0. And we end up losing the next 2 rounds, I think. And he absolutely chokes in like the 5th round. And he quits. In a league game, we're up 3-2. He quits while he's carrying us. And then we lose the next round. And I told Snake once we were up 3-1, I told him we could lose 6-3 because we were playing bad and this kid is a total random and there's no way he should be getting these kills. And so then of course me and Snake just activate God mode and we end up pulling out the W. I think 6-4. We had a few clutch plays. The other team was filled with, not filled, it had 2 Masters kids, like both, actually had 3 Masters kids, all ranked in the top 6 of their ladder, I think. And 2 of them were using millimeter scanner M8s with smoke grenades. They would just rush B and rush the middle or A and just throw smoke and then hard aim. So I was using my class, my lightweight, cold-blooded toughness, that sounds extreme conditioning, and 94, which is very nice. And I was just rushing my ass off trying to get through the smoke grenade and through the MMS. Got come off guard a few times, so we pulled out the W, and I think that was the last game we played. Actually, no, Snake got a mega kill in the last game we played, but it's not going in the montage. Sorry. And so that's around maybe 5:30 a.m. Yeah, I think so. Since Snake gets off, I end up hopping on the internet, checking social media, all that bullshit. I end up watching I want to say, maybe the 18th episode of the original Naruto, where Zabuza and Haku, it was near the end of that, and that shit was sick, and I'm really gonna try to get into that this summer. I'll probably talk about that later once I get farther into the weekend. So it rolls around like 6:20, 6:15, somewhere around there, and I'm about to go to sleep, but I realize I'm like starving because I hadn't eaten shit like all day, and I think I might have eaten something around like 1 a.m. I don't know, I can't remember. So I end up getting a bowl of cereal, coming out, put it on Sports Center. First thing I see, okay, Friday or Saturday morning, 6:15 Pacific time. Breaking news: Tiger Woods might be disqualified in Masters. Let's just say my jaw dropped a good 9 inches, okay? I'm thinking to myself, what the mother effing fuck? Okay, so for the next 2 hours, I rotate between... Actually, I put it on Golf Channel for like a good 20 minutes, and Brandel Champley is a fucking loser nigger baby, okay? He literally wanted Tiger Woods to be disqualified, like, fuck you, alright? So, we end up putting on SportsCenter, and my dad wakes up, and I tell him about Kobe and Tiger, and he's just like, are you fucking kidding me? And we're watching SportsCenter for a good hour straight. Scott Van Pelt, Andy North, Tom Rinaldi, and Curtis Strange are all talking about the Tiger Woods 2-shot penalty, just fiasco and ruling. And all of this happened because Tiger said that he wanted to give himself an advantage, which of course he shouldn't have said, by putting it what he thought was 2 yards back. And this only happened because people on Twitter and people calling in complained to Augusta and said that Tiger should be disqualified and that they should look at the video and assess the ruling or something like that. Like, are you kidding me? The audience really has that much of an impact? Alright, so Tiger ends up getting the 2-shot penalty, and, he doesn't get disqualified, which is good, of course. And, you can't just go to sleep while all this is happening. So I end up staying awake until, like, maybe 9:30 a.m., which is not good for the sleeping schedule, considering I have class at 10:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when you're staying up at 9:30, and then on the weekdays you have to wake up at, like, 9:30, that's just... it doesn't work out, So that was one hell of a morning right there. And so I end up finally falling asleep on the couch maybe. And I wake up and watch his round, I think taped, I want to say. Yeah, no, wait. Oh fuck. I think I end up watching a little bit of it, and then I fall asleep, and I end up waking up, and it's 6 p.m. And yeah, I watched the rest of it taped. That's a Saturday round, and it was just another 70 of him missing putts that he needed to make, and just, fucking Tiger Woods, man. Like, when he's not leading, it's for a reason. It's because one part of his game, or at least one part of his game, isn't completely on. He'll hit a few shots into the woods. He'll misjudge a few iron shots, and the wind will mess with all of them, not just him. And he'll miss a few putts. And when all of it is on, he blows away the competition, and he leads, and he wins from leading. He hasn't won one major when coming back to the final round. That's crazy when you think about it. So I finished that, and Saturday night happens, and actually, for after in the afternoon when I was awake for a little bit, my mom made me two grilled cheese sandwiches on this whack ass bread. Okay, keep in mind they had cheese because when I wake up at 6 p.m. and I think my dad made mac and cheese. I had a huge ass plate of that. Okay, and then I end up hopping on the box. Life of a no life, and um, I hop on the greatest game of all time, Naruto Ultimate Storm Generations 3. And, I'm just trying to grind some of these last achievements because, I mean, if you played the game and you haven't beaten it yet, you might think the free roam is absolutely worthless, but it really opens up and you get to do stuff after you beat the game, and it has a point. So I've been doing a lot lately, and I was replaying some of the boss battles, trying to get those S ranks. And I think around 1 a.m. I I have another huge ass plate of mac and cheese with milk, of course. Okay, so that's 3 meals of cheese and milk. Okay, so I gamed this game for a long ass time, and did I play Black Ops 2? I think I did, and I can't even remember. That's how much fun it was. So I think it rolls around like 5 a.m. again, and me and Snake load up a Halo 4 campaign mission on Legendary. And this kid, dude, I swear to God, he loves to betray me, and he loves to kill me. He loves me pretty much. So that took a good hour, and in the middle of it, I got to watch, what's his name? Quicker Than You, who is quickly becoming the ultimate I'm not lagging and I'm playing against BKs and I'm European. So he's the European Excal at this moment. He got a 66 gun streak with a Scorpion on hijack. This Scorpion was on fucking crack. He got a quad feed from like across the map with it. He was killing kids in like 500ths of a second. I swear to God. This is the most powerful Scorpion you'll ever see in your life. I'm not hating, he was destroying, but what the fuck, okay? So I ended up watching that during the mission, and before going on to Sunday, Saturday night, I saw Pyro Hentai Man, who has made, I think, 6 YouTube accounts since this whole thing has started. He makes another account, and he makes a video attacking me on my I Am a God videos, which are not really a joke. They're like a combination of a total joke and being totally serious, which is usually all of my videos and my entire life on the internet. And he makes one of the worst videos I've ever seen. But the funny thing is, the clip he shows is Loki getting destroyed by the Hulk and him saying, I am a god. And the Hulk destroying Loki is exactly what happened to me on Friday night. Like, literally getting destroyed by the Hulk. Like, it was just a strange weekend. I mean, coincidence of all this shit happening? I think not. So I watched this video, and apparently just getting a few kills in a row is nothing special, and I need to go 40-0. So look out for those videos in the future. Like this motherfucker. I left some comments on his video, and I'm sure he'll reply. He always replies like 7 times. So he's probably watching this right now. This kid will not stop checking my fucking YouTube channel. This happened I think it happened over a month ago. Maybe like 27 days ago. Like, go away. How hard is it to go away from my channel? When Like Butter blocked me, and Iceman blocked me, and Advocate blocked me, did I make 6 more YouTube accounts and stalk them for a month? No. Oh my God. I mean, this motherfucker says that he's an average player and that he plays TDM a lot and he thinks it's competitive and he rushes around, when his combat record shows that he has 1,000 more kills with the LSAT than any other weapon. So who fucking knows, dude? Who fucking knows? And Target Finders is his nemesis. Like, kid, you use the LSAT. Like, what? God damn. Okay, so That was just a hilarious coinkydink of me getting destroyed and Pyro Handsome Man just saying I'm not a god because I've been, what's dethroned for God? Murdered? Okay, so Sunday morning rolls around and I go to sleep at like 6 a.m. watching another Naruto episode, really trying to grind that out. I'll probably watch some after this, to be honest. It's 4:16 currently, and um, the yeah, I finished the Zabuza. What would you call it? There was like 6 episodes with that, maybe. And I mean, if y'all have seen it, Haku is just a black slave from like the 1700s or 1600s. That's all Haku is. He's a loyal black slave, and Zabuza is an evil white man, an evil white witch man. I mean, the parallels, is that the right word? Yeah, the parallels are undeniable, and like yeah, I mean, but that story was really sad. Not gonna lie, it was getting to me pretty good. I was getting hit hard pretty good, and then of course in the game, when you're playing as Kakashi, you get to fight Zabuza and Haku again when they're reanimated, and I'll probably upload that QuickTime event. It's fantastic. That game is so fucking good. Like BioShock Infinite was really good, and Naruto Storm Generations 3 is really, really good. Like this game is fabulous. I'm sure people are saying, "Oh, I didn't follow the comic book or manga or TV show in this way." Like, that's awesome, dude. I'm just gaming right now, and it's a really good story, and I don't know what it's following and what it's betraying, but it's really good. Okay, so I don't care. I mean, Naruto is a combination. I've said this before. He's a combination of Neo, RG3, Harry Potter, and a god, pretty much. That's Naruto for you. So, let's see. So yeah, it's 6 a.m. Going to sleep. 9 a.m. comes around. I wake up. I honestly think I'm going to die. My stomach, from all of this cheese, is... I mean, it was probably more mad at me than Kobe was at the fact that his career might be over, and Tiger Woods was the fact that his ball went in the water. Like, the pain that I felt with my stomach was... It was one of the worst stomach pains I've ever had. And of course, I went in the bathroom, took a shit. That honestly didn't even help. And I laid back down, and I've rejected puking like the solid 3 times. And the weird thing about this was I was kind of like half asleep because I only gotten 3 hours of sleep. And every time I was trying to go to sleep while I had this pain, I would go into this world of not necessarily dreaming, but I was actually like a leaf ninja or like a good ninja, and I was fighting the Akatsuki clan. Like, of course I couldn't see this, but I could like feel it, and the Akatsuki clan was the pain in my stomach and the cheese just murdering me. And it would only last for like a few seconds, and I was just like in between worlds. It was one of those strangest feelings I've ever had. For like 25 minutes, I was in limbo fighting ninjas and they were raping me. Like, it was... it would be awesome to feel it again, but I don't want to ever again. Like, you know what I mean? It was so weird. So, I ended up falling asleep for good, and I don't remember falling asleep and not being in pain. So somehow, for like a good half an hour, my body just eventually shut down, and I wake up at around, I think 11:30, because that's when it came on. Yeah, it came on at 11, and I missed Tiger's first 2 holes. He missed some birdie putts, and the final round, man. Let me tell you, that front 9 was as bad as 2012 textbook as a round he's had this year, from just bad distance control to you need to birdie this par 5 and you're not even putting yourself in a position to. It was atrocious. But in the 9th hole, he's 1 under. The leader's 7 under. On the 9th hole, this kid makes like a good 25-foot putt. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, he just needed 1. That's what it comes down to with Tiger. He needs 1 to go in. He needs 1 to fall to see the line. Like, let's fucking go, like, let's go. Like, raped! So he knocks one down on a 9. 10th hole comes up, hits 3-wood down the middle of the fairway. Actually could have been an iron. Probably smokes like a 6-iron into the middle of the green, makes another putt. Just like that. He's got 2 of them back. Alright, then he's approaching any man corner. He's only 4 back at this point. On 11, hits it in the trees. You're thinking, well, this is the fucking bogey just to get rid of the birdie. Clutches it out of the trees. Hits like a fucking slice or hook, I can't remember. Onto the green. Maybe the edge of the green. And gets it up and down for par. And I was thinking, right there I was thinking, okay, this could be his time. Like, make a move, baby. 12 comes up. Hits a dart to like 8 feet. And what happens? He hits the ball too hard. It goes through the break, and he misses. And right there, I was like, well, he's going to lose. The moment he missed on 12, I knew he'd lose. I'm not sure if anyone was floating around at 8 under at that point, but I knew. And then at 14, middle of the fairway, prime opportunity. By the way, CBS is doing everything they can to not show Tiger at this point. Like, they were being rats with him. So at 14, middle of the fairway, absolutely botches it and hits 1 club too less. And maybe even 2 clubs too less. And then he ends up hitting like a 30-yard beautiful flop shot to like 6 feet. Clutches the par putt. Of course, he's teasing us at this point. And then he comes up to 13. Hits a little pop-up fade into the straw, which everybody was doing, to be honest. And he goes for the Phil Mickelson fucking hit it to 4 feet miracle shot. And he doesn't quite do it. He hits it like maybe 27, 30 feet. And the putt never even had a chance. He could not get used to the rain slowing down the greens, and his speed was absolutely atrocious. So he gets birdie on 13. He's 4 under. Jason Day at this point is probably 8 under. Him or Cabrera? No, I think Jason Day. And then he comes up to wait a minute. I was talking about the 14th hole before the 13th hole. Oh well, so I said it backwards. So he comes up to 15. Skip Bayless hits him with the hit 3-wood off the tee, okay? So he finally does. He's in the middle of the fairway. Here we fucking go. He's got like 236, 226, 216 Jordan's weight. I don't know what the fuck he had. Maybe 206. Hits an iron there. He's disgusted the moment he hits it. I'm thinking, where the fuck is this ball going? In the water? It lands on the green. He's got 30 feet for an eagle. You're thinking, we know you're pin hunting, but you can't be doing that to your audience right now. Like, you've got fans. Come on now. So he walks up to the green. Tim Clark, he's playing with him. You never see Tim Clark like shit, 1 shot. Guess what happens? Tiger misses the putt. And he makes birdie. So he's 5 under at this point. And I think Jason Day or somebody might have gotten to 9 under. No, I think they're still 8 under. And then we get to 16. Tiger hits a gem. If he hit it like 2 yards less, that motherfucker could have been a hole in 1. Alright, so he hits it to the below the hole. Maybe not below the hole, but it was just on the good level of the green. He's got like a 7-footer for birdie. What happens? Tiger hits it right through the break. And he misses, and he makes par. And then right there that there's absolutely no chance. And it's just, if he had made that one to get to 6 under, and then he could have went birdie to finish 8. So then he gets to 17, and I'm pretty sure it's in the fairway. And then he hits a decent shot on the green, maybe. And I think he hits like a... Was this on Saturday or on Sunday? I remember he hit an absolutely atrocious putt that came up like 20 feet short. Maybe that was on the front 9. I can't remember. But he ends up finishing par. Let's just put it that way. And, just another top 5 finish from Tiger. And he just couldn't get it done in the weekend. And, at this point, I don't want anybody else to win. Fuck Adam Scott. Are you kidding me? With Stivy as his clan tag. Hello. As his caddy. I posted on Twitter, first person, or who's gonna say that, Adam Scott or Stevie's better off with Adam Scott. And of course Enad's like, me, I do, and I just blocked him immediately. Like, I don't have time for you. Like, get the fuck out of my feed, kid. So you know, Stevie, literally, fuck you. Okay, that was for Stevie. So Adam Scott clutches it. Oh, actually, Angel Cabrera went huge on 18. That's when I tweeted God mode activated. Like, that was one of the most biggest second shots I've ever seen. And he clutched that shit hell out of that. But Adam Scott got him in the end. And, I just literally had my momentum, like, sucked out of me, you know. My last couple of videos, I've been talking quietly like I am right now for a number of reasons, and during this, while I was recording my voice for the past, 40 minutes, I was playing songs on iTunes at a fairly low volume, but I was doing that just so I could hear myself talking, and of course, I ended up waking up somebody, and you might have heard it actually in the background, but let's see, where was I? Something about Tiger Woods and I need to backtrack. Hold on. Yeah, I have no idea where I was going with that, so I apologize. But during this whole weekend, I was watching AGL, and Halo 4 with those settings, it's pretty good for spectating. Although you can't really tell who you're watching if there's no like name label because you can't see everybody's service tags when they're off screen, so that's pretty ratty. And but yeah, it was a pretty good event. Pretty disappointing that Severance didn't knock out or knock Ambush into the losers bracket in what was it, winners finals? Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a good event, and it didn't want to make me want to play the game at all because there's no chance I'll ever have 4 people all who know what they're doing, playing Throwdown. I mean, I'd have to put so much time into that game to learn the spawns and all of those maps and stuff. It doesn't interest me at all. I'll just be that kid that watches. Z mistaken style. So, forgot to mention a few things. Bubba Watson got a 10 on the 12th hole. Solid. Snipe Down's Overkill RX turn with Overshield was like the definition of championship play. And of course, somehow the Lakers beat the Spurs without Kobe. Like, what? Let's see that. That's a pretty anticlimactic way to wrap up the talk. I mean, Tiger Woods, it's a 4-shot swing on Friday afternoon. I mean, think about it. He probably makes birdie in that hole if the ball doesn't go in the water instead of triple bogey. So that's 4 shots. What did he lose by? Let's see, 5 under, 9 under. Oh, 4 shots. I mean, of course, a lot of things could happen differently, would have happened differently in the last 48 hours, but there's alternate realities and stuff, and I could talk about that in another video. But this one is coming to an end, and it's amazing how easily you can care about a character when you simply kill off their parents or a parent. You see it with Harry Potter, a lot of Disney movies. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's really easy to make you root for him, so believe it.